No, like I talk to my friends, and my friends be like, "What are you doing? Bro? You're doing too much."
Yeah.
Everybody be like, "Man, I wouldn't want to work for you. You're such a hard."
I would
manager."
say that too.
This guy.
Hey, I'll say that too. You doing too much, and then, people label you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you think you all like you doing too much.
Yeah.
But you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
My name is Caleb. Welcome to Prevail. This is where you dream, you create, and you prevail. That's the idea. Today on the show, on my first episode ever, I have a very good friend. His name is Francis. I'm going to let him say his whole name because, So, Francis?
Shoot. So my Naija name.
Yeah. This is your camera right here.
Yeah. All right. My Naija name is Ade Rogba Ayomide Ajeni Koko, but most people call me Francis. If you catch me in church, they may call me PF. Just depends what environment you see me at. But for today, you can call me Francis.
Hey, that's true. That's true. Friends, I call him Rogba. I don't know.
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
Either or.
That's just what I call him. But dude, thanks for being on the show.
Man, I'm excited.
I appreciate it so much. We're starting this before the new year, and the idea is to start posting next year, maybe 2 episodes a month or something. And then if the traction is really good, if you guys like what you're seeing, then we can post a lot often, maybe once a week. But we have day jobs, so we don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to do too much. Yeah. So if you don't know, Rogba is a keyboard player, and he's the MD at the church I go to. And he's a music fanatic. Like, he loves music. So one of the things I wanted to do today, before we even get started, is to do a quick. It's like a 5 game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name 5. Maybe singers, and then I'm going to name 5 keyboard players.
Okay.
And you just rank them without knowing
who they are.
Who I'm going to call next.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so let's start with keyboard players because you're a keys player.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over the names. I'll just call 5. All right, and go to my notes real quick. Sorry. All right, here we go. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Top 5. Let's see where you put them.
Top 5.
First name I have on here is David Jackson.
David Jackson.
You don't know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
You know who David Jackson is?
I don't know who David Jackson is.
Holy cow. Where would you put him? Since you don't know who he is.
I don't know. He's going to be in last right now. He's going to be in last. Man, I'm ashamed, man. I'm ashamed.
You don't know who he is, bro.
Who's that?
He's an OG top keyboard player. Like, he's a beast.
Really?
Yeah. He's up there with like Corey Herring and them.
Wow. So I'm be factual with y'all. I don't really pay attention to other musicians. Even like if you listen to our talkbacks, we always joke about keyboard players or drummers. We always joking about it. But the people I talk about is people I have exposure to.
Right.
Like, I really don't spend that much time on like, oh, I'm gonna learn and follow from from this crazy keyboard player. Like, most of the people that I admire are people I know of. Okay. And I've seen and I have experience of. True. Because I'm able to relate more to somebody that I know.
Right. Compared to somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other names, I'm pretty sure if you don't know these, come on. Okay, the next name I'm gonna call. So David Jackson is in 5.
Yeah.
Kevin Powell.
Of course I know who Kevin Powell is.
Okay.
Kevin Powell is dope. He is dope as hell.
Where is he on your list?
For me, he's going to be 4. I just love his vocabulary. His vocabulary is immense. And I mean, with most like top keyboardists, they're like, vocabulary is immense, but he really sticks out for his vocabulary. His vocabulary is very, very unique. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely number 4 for me.
Number 4. Okay, so Kevin Powell is number 4.
All right.
Glenn Gibson.
Okay, Glenn. I respect Glenn. Glenn is a dog. Glenn is absolutely a dog.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna put Glenn. That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna put Glenn 3. Glenn got everything. Glenn can play R&B. Glenn Glenn can do everything. Glenn can sing. Glenn can play keys. Glenn can play organs. Glenn can play drums. Glenn is stupid, dope, man.
But you put him at 3.
I'm putting Glenn at number 3. Glenn is a beast. Definitely somebody I admire.
You got David Jackson on 5.
Yeah.
You got Kevin Powell in 4.
Yeah.
And you got Glenn Gibson.
Yeah, Glenn
in
is
3.
Yes.
Okay. The last 2. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I actually didn't expect you to
put Glenn that high.
No, to have like the way it's going.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. But okay. Corey Henry.
Corey Henry. So I'm gonna be transparent. For me, I love melodies.
Okay.
I love melodies. Is Corey Henry's solo crazy? His skills is mad crazy. Like, he is brilliant. But I personally relate to melodies, and like your ability to be able to solo off of melodies, because that's what most people vibe to. Like, 'cause I'm happy.
Corey Henry can do all of that and more. You don't think he can do that and more?
No, he can. But when I listen, like, if you don't name him, I'm gonna tell you who my favorite person is.
Okay.
And it's because of his ability to be able to solo and create
Let's see.
melodies. But
Who is it?
for me personally, right now, I put Corey Henry number 3. Not on ability.
Wait, you had
I know I'm moving. That
Are you
means
moving?
Glenn to number 2, but I'm putting Corey Henry at number
At
3.
3.
Yes.
holy smokes.
No, don't get me wrong. Corey Henry is a beast. Do not get me wrong. Corey Henry can solo like crazy. His Lingus solo, everybody knows of his Lingus solo. Everybody listens to it all the time.
Yeah, even his group. His group is the
Oh man, the Funk Apostles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're dope.
they are.
He's immensely skilled. But personally, the thing that I gravitate to is melodies.
I respect that. Okay, so who's your 1?
All right. Name the person and I'll tell you who my number 1 is. Let's
It's
do
actually-
some suspense.
It's actually Caleb.
Caleb who?
Caleb.
Oh, okay, I know Caleb. All right. Caleb
Is number 1 for you.
No.
No, it's number 1 because everybody else you already named.
No, I'm gonna move Caleb down.
No, you can't do that. That's not the point of the game.
Oh shoot. I didn't know Caleb was gonna
That's the idea of the game. So
Yeah.
you place people and don't know who I'm gonna call next.
Got you.
So now you got Caleb at the top.
I got Caleb at the top.
You got Glenn on 2. You got Corey Hammond on 3.
Yes. But and I'm not rating these people based on skills. I'm rating these people for me based off of what I like and what I enjoy and my preferences as far as impact to me.
Okay.
And the person you didn't name, and I was going to name number 1, is Robert Glasper. Robert Glasper is hands down my favorite keyboardist. And the reason why Robert Glasper is my favorite keyboardist is his ability to create melodies in his solos.
Interesting.
It's purely that. Does Robert Glasper know scales? He knows scales out the wazoo. But when you listen to him solo, you're like, it feels like you're listening to somebody like create songs. Within songs.
Did you listen to his obviously you probably listened to his Glasper experience?
Oh yeah, I love the experience.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So funny story, Robert Glasper was actually my first experience into jazz.
Oh really?
Yes. So like I used to be one of those people, like as a musician, you know, we always like when people talk about jazz, you're like, jazz is boring.
Yeah.
Right? And then my cousin exposed me to, he's like, man, listen to this guy Glasper.
Yeah.
He is not like normal jazz. Just listen to him.
Yeah.
And then off of that, bro, like I got exposed to so many people just from listening to Robert Glasper. Obviously, everybody knows his drummer, Chris Dave.
Yeah.
Everybody knows his bassist, Derek Hodge. And then just from that, just getting exposed to other people. But he is my top 1.
He's your top 1.
He is
Robert
my
Glasper
top,
is your top 1.
My top 1, easy, hands down.
Yeah.
Bro, don't get me wrong. All of these musicians are very, very talented, but as far as for me and my preference, I'm taking Robert Glasper.
I respect it. No, that's the whole point. It's not, the whole point of the game is not for you to tell me who's the best in the world. Because
Yeah.
obviously it's a perspective thing.
Yeah.
You might think one person is like
Yeah.
top based on what you like.
Yeah.
So okay, Glasper is top for you.
Yeah.
It's in a Caleb. you just kicked your boy.
Bro.
Hey, I'm gonna let him know. You know I know him.
I know you know Caleb.
I bet.
And Caleb is a dog. Caleb is very, very good.
I don't. Did Caleb ever tour with Robert Glasper? I don't think so. He didn't tour with Robert Glasper.
I
think he toured with somebody else that was really big.
Really?
Yeah, really, really big.
Yeah, you know he
in
played
Europe.
for Snarky Puppy too.
Yeah, he did.
I think he played for Snarky Puppy after after Corey.
That's how big he is.
Yeah. He's good. He's
For you to
very
kick
good.
him off that list, Caleb. All love for you. This guy, however.
Don't mind me, man. Don't mind me.
No. You straight. Okay, so that was a list of keyboard players because Rogba is MD keyboard player. So the next game is the same, but this time.
Now that I understand the game, I want to do better.
Yeah. I'm gonna name African gospel artists
Okay, got you.
because half the time most of our music is them. So
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's
right.
see who's gonna be top. You don't know who? Oh snap! You don't know who this person is.
Who's the person?
I gotta put somebody else there.
All right. You sure I don't know the person?
Yeah, you don't know the person at all. Okay, first name on the list is Joe Metal.
Oh man, I love Joe Metal, man. So shout out to my boy Danny. Danny was one of the first people to put me onto Joe Metal. Man, Joe Metal is excellent. Got me into, and I really appreciate Danny for that because he really got me into listening into Ghanaian music. And it started with Joe Metal, and then off of Joe Metal, I got exposed to more. But Joe Metal, yeah. Right now, I'm interested to see who you got up next because I really like Joe Metal, man.
Yeah, where you put Joe Metal? Where is he? On your list?
Because there's other. I'm gonna put it at number 3. I'm gonna put it at number 3 because there's 2 other people I'm hoping you name so I can talk about them.
Okay, Joe Metal's number 3 for you.
Okay.
The next on the list is Mercy.
Oh, okay. Whew. I'm gonna put Mercy at number 5.
Jeez, bro.
I know. Mercy got bangers. Like, don't get me wrong, Mercy got bangers, but it's because I'm anticipating who else you're gonna have on the list. So I gotta put Mercy at 5.
This guy, do you take a risk?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got Mercy at 5.
Okay.
You got Joe Metal
At 3.
at 3.
Yep.
The next person I have on my list is Dunson.
Dunson's number 1 for me. Dunson's number 1, and I got to talk about Dunson. Dunson is extremely, extremely anointed. Like, everybody sees all of the Meet Me on Ace stuff and like his perfect pitch, but the thing that I really respect the most about Dunson is how simple his music is, but it's not even about that. It's not even about the simplicity of his music. It's the words that he says. And like, he has so many songs. Yeah. Like, you listen on albums, like you can listen to all of his albums and there's not a single song that you want to skip. Yeah. And the crazy thing is all of his songs are very, very simple, but you get that experience of worshiping God in it, and his musicianship is crazy. Like, Dunson is easily top 1 for me. And like,
I was talking to somebody at work and they were like, I introduced him to Dunson. It's like, dude, his music is like he's praying. You know how you're praying at home and you just, whatever comes to your mind in that moment to sit to God becomes a song. Yep. And I think that's how his music is. It's like this bunch of worship stuff. It's nothing extra. He's not like trying to finesse you with music or do different hits and breaks. They're in there, they're subtle, but the core of, I think, of his stuff is, you know.
So like, one of our mutual friends, when I was talking to him, I was telling people, I was like, and he's like, I'm gonna make a t-shirt that says this phrase, but I'm spiritually, musically woke. And when you talk about somebody who is spiritually music woke, that person is Dunson. Dunson has a song that I love that I can listen to a million times.
Yeah.
That it's not a popular song. It's everybody see and wonder. I'm a living testimony of what God can do.
Right.
Simple. But you listen to those words, like I'm a living testimony of what God can do.
Yep.
And at the time, it was after his car accident that song came out, right? Yeah. And when I hear that song, I listen to it too, because when I look at my own life, I'm like, man, I really feel like I'm a living testimony of what God can do. Right. And that is what Dunson does with his songs. All of his songs, like you can literally just worship and get into an atmosphere and like a personal relationship with God through his music. He's immensely, immensely blessed.
Damn, number one,
easy.
Number one for you.
Number one,
Dunson. Joe Meadow is number 3.
Yeah.
Mercy
is number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah.
We're missing 4
and number 2.
And 2. The next person on the list is Tim Godfrey.
Man, you got me. All right. You know, I got to preface what I'm about to say. I mean, Nara's a good song. Like, Tim Godfrey has a lot of good songs. Don't get me wrong about Tim Godfrey. But Tim Godfrey is not going to be number 4. If I could redo it again, he would be number 5 for me. It goes back, yes, it would be number 5 for me. And the reason why, my only thing against Tim Godfrey is I feel like he over music's music. Like I personally feel like he over music. Yeah. Like it's like keep it consistent. Like I'm trying like when I listen to especially worship music or I'm listening to praise music, I'm listening for obviously the words is the first thing, but like I want to be able to get into the song. Yeah. And I feel like he just does too much. It's way too much. Like don't get me crazy. He has some dope arrangements. Yeah, he has dope arrangements.
I think I think he was trying to. I don't know. I don't want to. It's not that This is what I think. I think he was trying to mimic Ty Tribbett a little bit. Yeah, the excitement, the different chord progressions, and the different hits and stuff. Yeah, That's what I think.
I agree. I think I definitely see Ty Tribbett with him. I don't know him personally, so I'm not gonna speak on anything.
No, we're just talking on
music. Yeah,
we respect your music and it's reaching people and it's doing a lot of good things. It's just based on what we. So he would have been 5 if you didn't already put Mercy at 5. Yes, that's why I was gonna because Mercy is like her voice is amazing, and her songs so far, all of her songs so far that that she's sang, hits. Yeah. Like, really good.
Yeah. She probably, out of everybody we've named, she's easily the best singer out of everybody we've named, she's easily the best singer out of the 4.
Singer?
Yes. How's he going to
Dunson.
Joe? So that's the thing about Dunson. Dunson is a musician.
You don't think he's a good singer?
Dunson is not a singer. Dunson is a musician. His backup singers out-sing him. But... But what makes Dunson special is like you can see the authentic worship in his music and in what he's doing, that you don't pay attention to what his actual voice. You don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, you do caught up in worship.
Exactly.
But he can sing though.
Oh, he can sing.
Did you see his last experience? Not performance.
Yeah, the experience. Yeah, that's when he did the Meet Me on Air. Yeah.
Bro, he would just go on the keys. He was just like E, and then immediately it was to E.
Caleb knows me. I don't have perfect pitch. When the singer starts singing, I stop playing and I look at our bassist and I look at our saxophonist because they're an amazing musician, and I'm like, tell me the key that this guy is on, or it'll be this. Thumb, thumb. Okay, I think this is where they're at.
No, but I was listening to it and I was just like, how are you figuring out? Because he goes E, and then he was singing the E as he's going to E. I'm just like, are you okay? Everything all right?
And the crazy thing is how many instruments he plays. Yeah. Like, I watched Upper Room, bro, and like, there was a day he just came, he was playing keys. And I'm just like, bro,
He's just going ham. But is he good though, or he just knows the chords?
I think he's
because you as a keyboard player, you know good. It's one thing to like know how to play the simple, but it's another thing to be like.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he's okay. I think he's okay.
He can get by. He can get by each of the instruments.
But bass, and even now, I think if he focused all his energy on being like a top musician, easy.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. Seeing him on bass, yeah. Oh yeah, easy, because you can learn. Honestly, in all true seriousness, you can learn a lot about an artist about who they surround themselves with.
Okay, just like friends.
If it's just like, oh, I surround myself with my friends, but if you surround yourself with dope musicians who challenge you,
you're bound to get better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
No, that applies to like everything.
Everything.
Like yeah. If you're hanging out with a bunch of people who are dope boys, you gonna start something. This is by default.
I get it. So you gotta be smart about it.
Yeah. I can't believe this person comes in 2, but it's not a bad spot to be in 2.
Who you got number 2?
Nathaniel Bassi.
Okay. So you know when you started this, the reason why I put Joe Meadow at 3 was because the first 2 people who came to my mind was Nathaniel and Dunson.
Yeah, okay.
So actually, the way you have it outside of switching number 4 and 5 with Mercy and Tim Godfrey
would be it.
That would be how it is.
Okay.
Now I want to speak about Nathaniel. I love Nathaniel. Nathaniel is absolutely a beast. Nathaniel can sing better than Dunson, but we won't go down that rabbit hole. But yes, Nathaniel is number 2 for me. Nathaniel got hits on hits on hits.
Yeah.
And people are like sampling his music.
Yeah.
And utilizing it. And I think eventually, like when you tell me like, oh shoot, what's the next step that Dunson needs to take, is I don't think Dunson has made it as far as Nathaniel as making it into like into like
the
mainstream music, but Nathaniel has made it, and I think Dunson will get there, but
I don't think I think it would be nice if they get there, but I don't think they're concerned about it at all. I don't think so.
I'm really surprised he didn't put in anybody that we know personally, but it makes sense.
What do you mean? Like who? Like Derek David and Pastor Gabriel?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna name one of them.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna name some people we know.
Yeah, I think
or we have exposure working with.
It's a lot of people we've come across, but it was a top 5 type thing. I was trying to narrow it down.
For sure.
Not to make it too
much.
Yeah. I mean, we could have been here like
for
tapping it up for each of these people.
On the cool.
Yeah.
Before we even move on, like for real, like Caleb's my brother, so I'm really excited to be the first person on this, dope, bro, man. And to go down this journey with you, because like Caleb is like we really are like brothers. I was actually like in the beginning when I got here, I was like, shoot, bro. I was trying to think back to when we first like met and started playing. Yeah, and it's crazy how much like our chemistry has grown since then.
You've grown a lot musically though since I met you. I think I'm still at the same spot, and
that's a lie.
But bro, when I first met you, you didn't play very well. Let's be real.
I still don't consider myself very good,
bro.
I don't consider.
Bro, you've moved a lot further. You moved, bro. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if you remember this, but when I first got in the church, I was advocating for somebody else to play keys like every Sunday. I don't know if you remember this. Really? I'd be like, Uncle John play better than you. Why can't Uncle John play? Like, and then when we heard what's his name was coming,
Pastor Josh.
Yeah. We're like, okay, Pastor Josh's gonna play me and keys. That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
And then Uncle John just always said he's gonna learn on the job. Uncle John always had your back.
Yeah.
He will always say that. But from that to now, you've improved like massively.
Bro, I still have a long way to go.
We all have a long way to go.
I have a long way
you on my back all the time about playing the same fields.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. And I think that's what really one thing about like being a good brother is being able to be transparent and honest with each other. Me and Caleb we be on each other's ass, man.
He poked my belly the other day. He goes, "Man, you getting fat, bro." And like I looked at her, I was like, I appreciate that. Like, give him a handshake. Because sometimes people get in their feelings.
Yeah.
I appreciate stuff like that. Tell me if I'm off, if I'm chubby, if I'm losing it on the kit. Tell me.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all now, y'all watch out in 2024 because, like, outside of like becoming the MD thing, like, I have a lot of creativity in my head that I feel like I've been holding back, and
you gonna let it out?
I'm letting it out. Like, I was literally talking to Chica when we were leaving church yesterday, and I was just like, send me the 3 songs. While I was driving home, I came up with an intro. Haven't scored the intro. It's on my phone.
Right.
But
it's somewhere.
It's somewhere, and I'm gonna use it. And like, I be having them moments. There's the intro we did for Be Lifted. Like, I literally came up with that right when I was driving home. It'd be dope if you could add the intro into this.
What, into
the Be Lifted,
into the podcast,
yeah,
so they can hear it.
Yeah,
if you send it to me,
yeah, I will. I'll send it to you.
But me and Chico we were coming home, and he was dropping me off the other day. But he was telling me, he was like, bro, I hope next year we can kind of arrange some stuff, even if it's start with like intros. I was like, yeah, we can do that. But the thing is, you have to like do it and then send it to us. Yeah. Before practice.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, because learning in practice is.
It's not what it is. It's not what it is.
Yeah. But he's all about getting better and stuff like that. So I was like, we just got to push it. Yeah. We just got to push it.
Yeah, we got a solid crew, man. We really have a solid crew.
Well, we're in an African church.
Oh, we're in an African church. But it's okay. We're going to transcend that. We're going to transcend that. Don't worry about that.
Bro, how are you, though?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling good, man. A lot of good things going on into my life. So I'm really, really, really excited. So let's do this thing.
You want to talk about what's going on?
Yeah, sure, for sure. So me and my wife just bought a house.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited,
man. Where's the clap button? Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Nope. What the hell? What?
Bro, get your soundboard together. Did you get it? I think you just got it.
Let's do that again. Hey, you want to tell me what's going on in your life?
Rinse and repeat.
Let's go.
Yeah, so me and my wife just bought a house. Super, super excited, man.
Let's go.
Bro, it's been
exciting.
A crazy journey, man.
Yeah.
Like 2000 and last year we got married. This year bought a house.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year got some more blessings in store for us, but super, super excited.
Like having a kid.
Caleb.
Is that the plan?
It's
the plan. He's having babies. Next year he's popping out some little ones. Bro, that's dope though.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what that's kind of what I'm talking about too. I know the music, going somewhere in music is kind of cool, but just to see you become a man and then all of a sudden you buy a house and then you moving on with, that's progress. Not a lot of people can do that, man.
Bro, adulting is real, man. Adulting is absolutely real, man. Like, you learn a lot through stuff, but like buying a house, bro, like that process it's easy, but it's also not easy because like you got to figure out what area you want to move to, and figuring out the area you want to move to, you got to figure out those dynamics. Like, personally, for me, like the things that was most important for me for like picking a location was obviously church, for one. Mm-hmm. We didn't move any closer to church, but church, right? And then work. So those are the two things that were most important to me. But also you got to think about, like, we don't have kids right now, but when we do have kids, you got to think about, is the neighborhood nice and safe for them? Right. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, man. And,
that's true.
And not to even talk about the financial aspect of it. And even going through the process, I feel like I studied like crazy. I feel like I was studying back in college, like watching videos. If you look at my phone is nothing but housing videos.
Really?
And then, bro, like literally in this week, there's so many stuff that I've been like, dang, I wish I had known that.
Oh, wow.
Bro, like legit. Like,
but I mean, but money part is not your problem because you guys are rich.
People love saying I'm rich, so I claim it in Jesus' name. I claim it in Jesus' name.
He's rich. I mean, you like to be modest, but it's okay.
Nah. We're okay. We're doing very okay.
Yeah. That stuff that rich people say, we're doing okay.
God's been good.
Yeah. That's what's up, though. Damn. But how was that whole? How was the whole process? Not the getting the house part, but finding a wife and stuff. How was that for you?
Oh, you want me to go back to finding a wife?
Yeah. We'll gradually get to the house and then talk about the kids.
Okay. Let's start about that. So shoot, me and my wife met in 2019. Crazy, we met in church. We did you know that?
Is that really where you met her though?
Yeah, seriously, bro. Real talk. We met in church. So I was playing the keys.
He looked up.
And God illuminated a woman for me. And when he illuminated that woman for me, I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And
no, is that really how it happened?
Bro, I promise you, I saw her in church. Like, it was like, you know, with the bridge, like we had like fellowship time before like service actually started. And like I went up to her and I was like, "Hey." And she didn't really respond to me. Like, she kind of like, I don't think she heard me. At least that's what she says now. She said she didn't hear me. Right. I thought she was just blowing me off. But like, when service started, bro, when we were playing, the whole time we were playing, bro. Like,
looking at her.
My one eye was at the key. Yeah. The other eye was at her the whole time. And then, so yeah, we met in 2019. We actually met at the time we chopped it up is that she was sitting on the couch at Pastor Ayo's house. And then I sat next to her, bro. She had her headphones in.
You took that out.
Bro, I got to take that.
Let me hold this real quick.
I just said something, bro. Said a little something, and got the headphones out.
Dude, for real.
I'm so serious, bro. She took it out, and then we just started chopping it up, and then history from there, man.
No way. You got the number the same day?
Bro, instantly, bro.
But, I mean, for somebody who, how long were you single for before then?
Bro, I was on apps prior to my girl. I was on apps.
Yeah.
I was on apps. It was real, bro. It's hard. Like, so Caleb knows me. I'm really, really involved in the church. So I was like basically like my pastor's PA because I was over protocol. Yeah. And so like a lot of my time was in church and then playing the keys. So I didn't really have time to like meet somebody in like natural settings. Like, true. Most of the time I'm with pastor. If I'm with pastor, you know how hard it is to holler at a girl when you're with the pastor.
Yeah, but on top of that too, you were like super picky. Bro, so my thing is like,
see, so people like to say this. People always say this about me, but I always tell people like, Pastor Kuye, one thing I respect about Pastor Kuye has played a really, really big impact on me as far as like my pickiness. Okay. So I remember whenever one of my previous relationships ended, I was going through one of the phases. You know, when a relationship ends, it's naturally for you to be
Is it
like,
the phase where you're just smashing everybody or what?
This guy, Caleb. I am saved. I am saved. I love Jesus.
We'll cut that out.
I love Jesus. I love women.
We'll cut that out.
Okay. So me and Pastor came and spoke to the young adults. And when Pastor spoke to the young adults, Pastor said something. He said, pick and realize what you want. And when he said that, he's like pick and realize what is important to you. Because when you find the one, all that matters is that person checking those important boxes. Yeah. Everything else is fluff, man. Yeah. Oh, she likes to leave her shoes by the front door, and that bothers you. Like, that's small. Yeah. That's a small thing. And so like find those things that were important for you. So a big aspect for me was actually, and what I feel like took me a long time as far as finding my spouse, and where a lot of people struggle is like they don't know what they want. But once I was able to find out what I wanted, it's easy for you to see what you don't want. And when you start dating somebody and you're like, they not hitting these important aspects for me.
So what was it about her that you were like, you are the one?
Man, I think, so actually funny enough, it's about the conversation we were having before. So I have a girl best friend. I have a girl best friend. And between that, me having a girl best friend, and then shout out to Brittany, I got to shout her out. And then me being so involved in the church, that was a big hindrance for me. Okay. Because not a lot of people are willing to accept, all right, we got a date on Saturday at 7. I get a call that morning that I got to be with Pastor.
Oh, problem.
Yeah, problem. Not many girls willing to accept that type of lifestyle.
Or understand.
Yes. So But for me, she never has tried to change me. Like I said it in my vows, like real talk, like all of my friends, she never is like, oh, this person's bad for you or this person shouldn't be in your life. She embraces them and wants to get to know them.
Right.
And like,
she doesn't like me though.
That's a lie.
She hates me.
That's a lie.
What'd you tell her about me?
That's a lie. She loves Caleb. Don't get her wrong.
I don't know what it is, but she doesn't like it.
She does like Caleb. Don't mind Caleb, man. She does like Caleb.
It's okay though. I mean,
Caleb, why are you saying this? She like you. What you mean?
She hates me.
She does not hate you.
I don't know why.
She doesn't hate you.
Okay, so the thing that was the defining factor for you was her ability. She didn't try to change you.
No.
She didn't. She was friendly with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But those are all nice things. But this is a wife you're picking.
No, like, bro. So the first time I said I love to you, we went to my best friend's house. She was doing, I think at the time Brielle was turning 5, and so my goddaughter was turning 5. I did that so that way you can cut out the name. Right. So my goddaughter turned 5, and we went to the party. I think it was 5, and we went to the party like first time like being with my best friend and her family, and like, bro, when I tell you like embracing my like child like her own, embracing my best friend like that's her
like
family.
Cool, yeah.
Like, bro, like I literally sat there and I was just like, wow, like this woman really loves me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's most people like it's not easy for you to just come up to random people you don't know and like embrace them.
Yeah, true.
But she did that, and like literally when we got back to the house, I just looked at her and I was like, man, I love you. Like,
what was her response?
She started laughing.
She started laughing.
She started laughing, bro. She started laughing. She was giggling her butt off. But it's because up until that, I hadn't said I love you, and she said I love you before.
Okay,
I did. So I think for her it was like, is he really saying this?
Yeah.
Did he mean it? Like, I think that's what was going through her mind. Like, did he really mean this?
Yeah.
But I meant it. I really love her.
Damn, that's what's up. Yeah, that I didn't know what was happening until one day you were just like, yo, I got a girl.
Yeah.
We were in the back getting coffee, and you're like,
yeah.
I was just like, what? Who? And
yeah.
you're like, what is her? I was like, where is she? And if you know me, I'm hype, and I'm a little crazy. So I think he was trying to.
Crazy?
Yeah.
Don't lie to these people. Don't lie to these people.
He was trying to make sure I wasn't acting a fool.
Caleb was going to be the last person she gets introduced to.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. I was going to meet her regardless. Yeah. I think that's, that was important. And I was kind of, I was in the wedding. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. I shot the engagement and I was in the wedding. So.
Yeah, he shot our engagement.
That's real.
Shout out to Caleb Peace Photography.
Let's go.
Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. So then you were like, this woman, she's the one for me.
Yeah.
She's checking all the boxes. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you decide not just for her to be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But she's now gonna be your wife.
My wife, yeah.
How does that go? Like, how did that play out in your head?
Shoot. So for me, crazy enough, like most African parents, my parents were never ones to be like, go and marry. Mm-hmm. Nah, like my parents were never like that. Yeah. My parents were always like, take your time. When you're ready,
right.
No pressure. And for me, what made me be ready was like, I was like, there's no nice or easy way to say this, but like, honestly, truth, I was like, man, I F with this girl and I know this girl F's with me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's no challenges that could come our way that me and her couldn't figure it out.
Damn.
Buying a house, we'll figure it out. Having babies, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, there's no challenge in this world. And it wasn't until I got to that moment where I'm like, shoot, yeah, like I really F with you and you really F with me. And I feel like we can get through any life challenges together.
Right.
I was like, yes, okay.
That's
now I'm ready.
Big,
of course. And bro, you know what's crazy is like, I prayed about it. Like when I thought I was ready, I was like praying about it and asking God for like a sign and all that. And it never came. And the moment it did come was, I remember we were at the house and she came and like sat on my lap and I literally looked at her and just like, I knew. And when I looked at her, I was like, Yeah, we can make it.
So you guys weren't doing anything sexual. You guys were just chilling.
We were just chilling.
And then she's randomly came.
Uh-huh.
And then you were just like, damn. Like you're like, I can't lose what I have.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bro, like, I'm serious. And I think part of the reason why God wasn't, like, giving me the answer is because he wanted me to find it myself.
Yeah. Or he already answered, but it was in a language you didn't understand.
And that could have been it too.
Yeah. And I think the revelation came when she was that close to you.
Mm-hmm.
You were just like, I can't have you be far away again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't had you in my life, but you being here right now, it's just giving me such a level of peace that I don't think I want to let
this go.
Yeah. So you're just like, you were it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
Yep.
Not a lot of people feel like that. Some people feel like that when it's kind of sexual. You get what I'm saying?
Nah.
Because it's easy to like, it's easy to feel like that when, you know.
Yeah.
But when it's
in the midst of excitement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when it's nothing and you're just like, damn, like you're it. Like I want to be. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I know.
And then you married her.
Yeah, I married her.
Like,
bought a house.
Babies.
Bro, Caleb's so quick, bro. I don't know what it is about Caleb and me having a kid. I think Caleb's just ready to be an uncle. I think that's what it is.
It comes to territory. Africans. Well, your parents are not like that, but Africans are like that. As soon as you marry, they're like, "Where's the kid? Yeah, where's our grandbaby?"
See, and you know what's crazy is like I've learned now, like a lot, like don't ask that question because I've come across so many people who've had like issues having babies.
Yeah.
So like, you don't know what challenges people are going through when it comes to that. So I try to be very, very respectful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have them explain or like relive whatever trauma that is.
Yeah, they're going through. Exactly.
That's true. Wisdom.
I've learned.
Yeah, so you guys bought a big old house. You just moved in it, trying to furnish it now?
Yeah. We're going through, actually, we got some work going on in the house, so super excited, man.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you kind of, you know.
This guy, Caleb.
Money is not like an easy thing.
Nah, money is an issue, man. Money is always an issue. Everybody wants more.
Yeah,
Everybody wants more.
That's true. Why though?
Why want money? Because we like nice things. Who doesn't like nice things?
Yeah.
But let me tell you so about me, money doesn't move me.
Yeah.
Money does not move me. Like if you want to get me to do something, like money's not
the thing that
money's not gonna be the thing that's gonna get me. Oh, come and play for my church. I'll pay you $1,000. Okay. If me and my wife have something scheduled to do that day, like my wife's time is more important to me than the money. Now my wife may give me a different answer. She might be like, "Go and take that money.
We could always hang out another time."
We could go out another time. But for me personally, money's not what moves me, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people should be like that. The part I don't agree with is people who would suggest that we shouldn't ask for money because we're in church.
Oh yeah,
that's another topic.
Another
day. But that's you know,
I got a big issue with that too.
You're in church. Why are you asking for money? Oh yeah.
Are you gonna pay my house fees?
You think this light?
Yeah, this light is free.
There are people like that. They always like to. That's another time. But you know, you guys bought a house, moving in, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
But something else I wanted to talk about is, I don't know. I want him to explain what he does because I think it's cool. When I first came, you ran a clinic, and then now you oversee a bunch of doctors, which I think is fascinating and kind of cool. So I want to kind of use this time, not to use his marriage or where he's at, like financially, to encourage people. But there's a lot of people who are trying to make it. That's the whole point of this, Prevail podcast. There are a lot of people who are trying to go to that next step. Whether it's in marriage, like me, or it's like financially, as also me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are trying to get to that next step, but there's always this block, for everyone it's different. Some people it's just comprehension. Some people it's just management. It's different for everybody. But for you, I don't know what that was that got you over the hump. Are you able to?
Oh, shoot. All right. So for me, when I got out of college, so I did my bachelor's in pre-med. When I got out of college, I actually wasn't doing anything. I was at home for a semester, like chilling. My dad was actually applying for me to go to med school. And it was during that time that was one of my like big hurdles in life that I ended up being like, you know what? I don't want to be a doctor. This is not what I want to do. This is what my parents want me to do. Mm-hmm. Just my parents were being typical Nigerian parents. Yeah. They wanted the doctor title for their son. Yeah. So after that, I started working for a company. I worked for that company for 5 years, and I actually got terminated. And actually, if you look at my journey, obviously I've been blessed as far as like God putting me in specific positions. But I worked for a company for 5 years, got terminated. And the termination, like when I tell you everything was about God's timing, it was during a period where I was finishing up my master's. And I don't know if I would have been able to finish my master's at the time if I was working. So I think really God has like really just got me out of that situation. Yeah. And I was only unemployed for like maybe a month or two before I started working my first like clinic job and working for a small company with, I don't want to name the employer, but cool. Working for a small company, moved my way up. Like the company loved me. And when I got the clinic job you were talking about, that company actually offered to match for me to stay.
Really?
Bro, I had only worked there for a year. They loved me. And like, I still like go back to check up on there. And like, honestly, I feel like the termination was the first hurdle that got me over. And then like leaving that company to go to my running a clinic job was my sisters who actually applied for the job for me.
Oh, wow.
My sisters have played a big role in my life. And so it's important to position and have good people around you.
Right.
And because people will push you and your family will push you, your friends will push you. So I really think for me, like what has pushed me to that journey was, my family. So my sisters helped me get this clinic job. I was working for a pediatric clinic, working with children with autism. That was a crazy experience.
Yeah.
It really made me identify that I really have a passion for kids and I really have a passion for helping people.
Wow.
I love helping people.
Yeah.
I worked crazy hours. I worked like a physician. I worked crazy hours.
Yeah.
Like, bro, my day would start at like 6:30 and end at like 6:37 every day. Sometimes at like 8 or 9. Now we talk about having relationships on top of all of that, man.
That's tough.
And my phone was never off. Like I could get any message at any time of the day. I could be playing keys and get a message that just makes me mad.
About work.
Yes. Like it was intense. And then that job, worked there for a long time. My wife kind of like pushed me to start applying. And like, I don't even think, I was just like randomly throwing my application out there. And then I got this current job. And Kay was talking a little bit. So my current role, I'm a population health consultant. They just give me the consultant title so that way they don't have to add on the manager title.
Yeah.
Pay me less money.
Yeah. That's how they do.
Yep. So, so with that role, I actually manage several programs. So with me managing several programs, I manage like patient lives. And that's, I always tell people my job is kind of hard to describe because like, I don't really manage the physicians. I consult with the physicians and I give them things that they can do to help our programs be successful. Okay. And so that way they can take better care of their patients. Okay. But what I'm really managing is those lives, those patient lives, making sure that the patients are, from a quality perspective, are getting like the appropriate screenings, medication adherence stuff that you're probably familiar with, making sure patients aren't like spending outrageous amounts of money, making sure patients are being seen and whatever conditions they have are being addressed. So it's been a dope experience.
Yeah. And you're speaking about your family and just being around people that helped you.
Yeah.
Do you think that's your push to help you to get over the, whatever problems or whatever hurdles you had? Okay.
Yeah, I personally, like, one of the single most valuable asset I believe over money is people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm telling you now, like, I value relationships. I, like, real talk, like, I value relationships. Like, I've always put, like, valuing those relationships, I've always put them first, because you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you're going to need somebody to help. And, like, my family is one of those people, like, I can call on my sisters for advice. I can talk to my sisters about anything, and my parents about anything, and they are always willing to help.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. But you never see, but you also have a work ethic, though, that helped you move up.
So, yes. So my work ethic actually came from, I feel like it's one of those things that just naturally I've always had. Like, I don't feel like it was anything that was like, taught to work hard. My dad always says it, like, you should work hard. Like, my dad likes to say, life is hard. So you got to work hard, right? So my dad, if you want to put some of it on him, but I've always had it. So crazy. So, like, I always tell people about this. So when I was working the clinic job, the thing that made me so, like, advanced, like, that was my first experience being in a clinic. What made me advance was, like, I was working at a job, and the job was pretty easy. I was a front office and billing manager. And I was working, and I was like, man, this job is easy. Like, they pay me, and this job is easy. I ain't really doing nothing.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? Man, if they're not going to push me, I'm going to push myself. So I started being like, every week, I'm going to implement something new into the clinic. Bro, when I tell you, like, it was impactful, where the managers were just like, dang.
Okay.
They started getting compliments from, like, patients. They're like, who's this new person that is working, like, for y'all? Like, he's responsive. He's, like, on top of things. Yeah. And I was like, my managers didn't push me to do, like, half the stuff we did. And I remember, like, they were having issues with the insurance payer. I know who the payer is, but I'm not going to name them.
Right.
They were having issues. Like, they never got, there's two payers, actually. They, like, we don't accept insurance for those, like, patients having those two payers because we never get paid. Bro, like, every day I was talking to these payers. What do y'all need from us so that way when we can make sure we get paid? And by the time I left, like, they were getting paid consistently from those two payers. So that was just extra income they were making, because that was a subset of patients that they weren't able to provide care for because they were just not interested in dealing with the payer. And I can go through a separate healthcare talking about the payer, but
that'd be another episode.
Yeah, that'd be another episode. But, like, bro, like, real talk, like, and that wasn't them doing anything. That was just me being like, I'm gonna push myself. That if y'all not gonna push me, I'm gonna push myself. And one thing I learned is, like, for me personally, I've been blessed to have good managers, but I don't believe managers should dictate my performance. I feel like I dictate my performance.
Right.
And I'm the one who, I put a limitation on how hard I work.
Interesting. So I'm just going to recap real quick. I don't know if you guys are listening and picking up on the 3 super key things that he just spoke on how you can prevail in whatever department you're in or whatever situation you are in life. 1 is surround yourself with amazing people that are up there that will help you get there as well. Number 2 is just working hard. Just be a hard worker. Don't wait to work hard. Just work hard always. And number 3, do something extra. Instead of just doing the job, he went a little above and beyond. And that, in turn, helped him to move up in the company. I don't know if you guys heard that or picked it up when he was talking, but those were the 3 massive key things that you can use to move up or to level up in life. I hope you guys you're picking up on that. I hope you guys are learning something cool. But yeah, that's what's up, though. Not a lot of people do that, though. A lot of people, they're like, oh, this is my job description?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to just do this, and then that's it.
Bro, like, I talk to my friends, and my friends be like, what are you doing, bro?
Right.
You're doing too much.
Yeah.
Everybody be like, man, I wouldn't want to work for you. You're such a hard manager.
I'll say that, too.
This guy.
Hey, I'll say that, too. You're doing too much. And then, people label you. Like, oh, you think you're all right. You're doing too much. Yeah. But you knew where you were doing, and you knew where you wanted to go. Yeah. And that was going to help you.
See, the thing is, like, what the attitude that you take towards something, like that's the attitude that you develop and you're gonna do in everything you do.
That's true.
You know, like, so if you're, you have a lazy work ethic, what makes you think when you get the next job, you're going to get, all of a sudden, I'm making more money and you're going to get out of that lazy mindset?
That's true.
Nah, that's not happening.
That's true. It's almost like New Year resolutions.
Yeah.
You haven't been doing anything all year, and all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? Once I write it down.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. And then at the end of that next year, they're like, I didn't do anything that was on my list. Yeah. You didn't have the discipline to do that in the first place.
Exactly.
So I don't know why you thought it was. Well, it's going to be different for this podcast. This podcast will go all year, even though I didn't do it last year.
Shoot. On the cool, if you want to learn discipline, man, become a musician.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a good musician.
Oh, man, you got to. Like, every day you come across somebody else. Yeah. You see 3-year-olds, bro, killing it. And you're just like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. That is so true. Yeah, man. I was listening to this podcast in London. What's that guy's name? But there are these crazy dudes on there. And they were talking to their friend who actually made it just in life, period. Yeah. And when he started, which is weird. So he was telling his friend, he was like, yo, it took one other friend to get me to do what I'm doing. Really? Yeah, and the guy was like, sometimes that's all you need. Yeah. Sometimes you got the motivation, you got everything else. You just need that one person to just speak positive, and it just sparks, everything. Yeah. If you say you're waiting for all your family to agree, like on what what you want to do,
you're waiting forever.
Yeah. Don't expect all your friends. Don't expect all your family members because they don't see the vision as you do.
Yeah, that's facts.
So if you want to do something, just
hop on it.
Just do it. All right. I got some questions here. I don't know if you want to do questions or you just want us to keep chopping it up.
No. I'm ready.
All right, bet.
Throw them my way. I hit it like Barry Bonds.
Out of the park. Yeah. Okay. What's the hardest challenge you think you've overcome in life?
Wow, that's a good question. So, I mean, I dealt with for me, I have a lot of insecurities. And I think everybody has insecurities that you're dealing with. But for me, I think the hardest thing that I think I've dealt with and been able to overcome is just my insecurities and just mentally being tough. And obviously that comes with age and it comes with times. But man, I dealt with a lot of getting made fun of and being like, oh shoot, you're never gonna get a girl.
Really?
I dealt with a lot of insecurities, bro.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh man, really? But over time you learn how to you work on yourself. You learn how to tune that stuff out and make yourself better out of it, man. And so it's honest, and then also too having people that help you to be able to overcome those challenges. Now I got braces now, so that's been a dope experience having braces. But my teeth have always been an insecurity for me, and my wife was the one who pushed me, being like, why don't you want to do it? And of course I'm like, man, I don't want to spend money on my teeth. That's being vain,
Oh, really?
Bro, yes. And then my wife was like, you know what? My wife actually got Invisalign, and when she got Invisalign, I was like, oh shoot, this is actually not that bad of a process. I can do this. And so unfortunately for me, they thought it was better I do braces. So I've done it, and it's something I've always wanted to do, but it took my wife pushing me to finally be like, do this. You can do this. And my wife always said I don't like doing stuff for myself, which is true. I really don't. I enjoy doing stuff for other people more than for myself. But my wife was like, man, this is something that's important to you. Do it.
Wow. This stems from high school? Yeah.
Oh man, since I was a kid, man.
Really,
bro? Yeah.
I don't think it's as much anymore though.
I mean, you're always gonna hear noise. You're always gonna hear noise. You just with age and with time and with wisdom, you learn how to tune out the noise when you hear it.
Yeah, true. You're like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
Wait, what is something I'm insecure about? I think my inability to learn something quickly bothers me a lot.
Really?
My brother is one of the smartest people in the world, and you give him something, and he would just pick it up and get an A.
Wow.
I would just struggle.
Wow.
So for the longest time, nobody in my family thought I would even go to college.
Really?
Yeah. That's how
Bad it
not
was?
smart. You know. So for me to even graduate with a pre-med degree was like, they were all like,
Excited, what?
in the world happened to you, Kevin?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. But I don't. I'm kind of cocky in the little stuff that I have, though.
Really?
Yeah. So if you tell me, I don't know. Like if you tell me I'm fat or
You
stuff like
embrace
that,
it.
don't bother. Yeah,
You embrace
it's
it.
easy. Those are easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't pay attention to any of that stuff you're talking about.
Really?
You find a girl, your teeth, nobody cared.
Yeah.
Let's be real. From the day I met you, it never crossed my mind like, oh, look at Rose. Like it was just.
You know what's crazy too?
What?
And that makes sense now because when I first got braces, like it took the longest for people to say something about my braces.
Because we didn't care, bro. We first of all, we're too old and we all paying attention to like
Other stuff
that's happening in our lives. That's
Yeah.
why I asked you if it happened in high school and stuff. Because in
Yeah.
high school, you know, you bully people.
Yeah.
You chubby, you're not gonna get anybody.
Yeah.
But like,
High school, college, all of that I went through it, man.
oh really?
Bro, seriously, man. But you know, with time, like
You always seem very confident.
that's because it just comes with like I really like part of it comes from faith. Like real talk. Part of it comes from faith of like me being to a point to where I'm like God being with me through those moments of insecurity or when I had those like thoughts of doubts and me being able to like have a strong faith of like God has a bigger plan for me.
Yeah.
And
I don't
like,
care what you're saying.
yeah, I don't care what these other people are saying.
That's key.
Yeah,
And then the other part is just you like, if I can fix it, I can fix it.
exactly.
I think, yeah, a lot of people don't know a lot of things about me. But the other thing I do a lot of, I was talking to my brother the other day. He goes, "You act like you got it all together," but that's not true. I figure out if I can control it, I'll control it. If I can't control it, it is what it is.
Yeah,
And it might take a minute to like go through like, this is messed up, to like, well, I can't do anything about it.
yeah,
And I think I learned it early from my mom. When we first got here in America, we got in a car one day because we used to live in Philly and it gets super cold.
yeah,
And it was cold. I had on my jacket and
Yeah.
everything. I was like, "Mom, can you turn the air on?" She was like, "Well, the air will be cold for now because we just got in the car. The car needed to heat up."
yeah.
I was like, "But turn the air on, Mom. I'm
Yeah,
freezing."
Yeah,
So she was like, "I know it's cold. You know it's cold. The only thing we could do is turn the heat on. We gotta wait for the heat to come on.
Yeah.
Since we already know what we can do,
yeah.
what's the fuss? You nagging me about it is not,
Not
gonna do
change
anything."
the car
Yeah.
to heat up faster. Yeah, that's facts.
So
That's true.
I think from then on, I'm just wait, like, you know. I think you've talked a little bit about your greatest fear. Was that your greatest fear?
No,
That
no,
wasn't
no.
your greatest fear. What is?
Failing, man. Failing. Nobody wants to fail.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fail. So me, like, I want to be successful. I want to be successful in everything I do. And the things that irk me is when I'm not successful.
Yeah.
Things, like you can tell me a million good things about myself, but tell me one thing I did wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, it irks
And then
me.
you're like,
Oh, man. It knifes at me. So,
failure.
but I'm a perfectionist. Like real talk, I'm a perfectionist. It's why I'm like, you're like, why you want to go over this again?
Yeah.
I'm like, I want us
Because
to
we'll
go.
make sure it's good.
Yeah, because that's the practice makes perfect,
yeah.
right? So that's for me. Like even when you're talking about like school stuff, like it being hard for you to learn. Like people always used to be like, "Man, you're so smart. You're so smart." I'll tell you now, I am not the smartest person out there. I'm not even close to the smartest person out there. I don't even think. I think I'm very, very okay, average B. You know. But the thing that helped me a lot was that I work hard and I practice what I'm doing. Like I will sit down and our teacher's teaching us about algorithms. I'll do a bunch of algorithms a million times to make sure I understand it and I get it.
Right.
And not once I've done it a million times, you understand it and you get it.
Right.
And people are like, "You're so smart. How did you get that?" No, I worked hard to get to get that knowledge.
That you think it just comes naturally.
Yeah, like taking it back to being a musician. Like, so a big thing for like musicians and keyboardists is like, oh, I'm learning how to play, like keyboard players learning how to play in every key. Which, if you don't know how to play in every key, you're not a keyboardist to me. Learn how to play in every key.
Yeah,
it's easy. It's not easy. It takes work.
But it's something you need to do.
It's something you need to do. If you want to be like truly respected, like learn how to play in every key.
Yeah.
It is not hard. It just takes work.
Yeah.
You just have to work at it.
Yeah.
Like, just do it and you'll be good. And I'm telling you.
You can see how passionate he is about that topic.
Yeah, like do it, man. Like, no, like real talk, like I want to say it was just his brother who was like talking about it, and he was like, "What if you don't know how to play in key? What are you gonna do when you go to a church and they have a grand piano?"
Random. Okay, yeah.
Like
you
the
can't
grand,
transpose?
you can't transpose.
Yeah, yeah,
so you're stuck. You're a keyboard player. You can play.
Yeah.
But you can't play.
Yeah.
You know.
You over there doing trying to find
it. No.
You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know. So like that, you just have to work at it.
Yeah.
But most people don't want to work. So
I hope you guys got that too. That's a little nugget for how you can level up. It's not, when you see smart people, not all of them are just smart because they're smart. They're smart because they practice well. That's important. Not just practice, but practice well. I hope you guys pick that up too. But yeah, that's dope. So your fear of failure caused you to be motivated to just practice a whole lot. That's what's up. All right, let's talk future stuff real quick. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna talk about kids because wisdom.
Thank you. God bless
you. 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself?
Man, that's a good question. I think when people ask me that question, so like something unique about me, I'm very process oriented. Mm-hmm. I'm not long-term oriented. I'm not somebody who looks at something as from A to Z. Like, this is where I'm at. How do I get to Z? I don't look at things like that. I look at things of, I'm at B. What do I need to do to get to C?
Okay.
You know, like for me, me being in the company that I'm at now currently, like I would have never foreseen it, because honestly, if you asked me like when I was in high school, where I would be in 5 years is different from if you asked me that question in college. It would be different when you asked me when I got my first job. Like, that constantly changes. So like for me, if you're asking me like what's the next thing I am looking forward to, is continuing to advance and progress in my job. Like, one of the unique opportunities that I get with my job is I get exposed to a lot of dope physicians. Like, my physicians are awesome. I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot from the people I work with. So if you're asking me, like, mine is just continual progression in my current job. 5 years from now, I may not be in my current job. Who knows what's going to happen?
Right.
But like, what I can control and what I can work on now, I'm focusing is being as good of an employee as I am in my current company now. Okay. Now, is there things that I want to definitely accomplish and things that I definitely want to do down the road? Absolutely. But in all seriousness, like, my focus and my walk right now so much with faith is I'm much more geared towards where I want to get to faith-wise than I am like work-wise.
Anything else? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good answer. Instead of looking at one specific thing, you're like, how about I just become a better person?
Yeah.
Gradually. Instead of worrying about getting the F, let me get to C.
Yeah.
Okay. I never heard that. So that's what you're pursuing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What motivates you in the morning?
Once you get a family, man, my wife motivates me. That's a big motivator for me.
Yeah.
Shoot, once you get a family, man, and knowing that you have that responsibility that, like, shoot, I got to make sure food is on the table. Like, my wife is successful and she's independent and she can definitely survive without me, right? But knowing that I have that other person that I'm also I'm walking my life with, that's definitely somebody that holds me accountable. Big thing in African communities, man, something I didn't understand when I was younger is like, shoot, I represent my name. I represent my last name. So in everything that I do, that's one of the things that motivates me. So one thing unique about me is that me and my siblings are the only people in the world with our last name. My dad changed our last name when we moved to when he
moved here.
Yeah. So nobody else has our last name. So for me, that's
even back in Nigeria.
Nobody has our last name.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, my dad changed it when he got here. So our original last name is Alabi. So my dad changed it when he got here.
Do you know why? Are you allowed to talk about it?
I think I could talk about it. I think I've told people about it.
Okay. So, I mean, if you go back and talk to him and he's like, that's not something I want on the podcast, just let me know.
Okay, I will. Yeah. So, but he changed it to Ajeni Coco. I think Ajeni Coco was like a middle name.
Okay.
And so he got rid of B and changed it to Ajeni Coco because Ajeni Coco was a name most people knew him by. So people would be like, Mr. Ajeni Coco, Mr. Ajeni Coco. And so when he got here, he changed it.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. That was not our last name. And so for me, down the road, having kids and all of that good stuff, I want them to carry on that name because I'm building, me and my dad have built the foundation for this name and we want it to eventually go.
To live forever.
Yeah.
That means well, does that mean you have to have a boy or the girl, if you have a girl, you just be like, yeah, you have to keep the name.
I gotta procreate, man.
Yeah, bro. I was talking to somebody who got 3 girls, and I was like, "You don't have a boy?" She was like, "That's the thing. You think you're going to get a girl, and then as soon as you go, you probably get a boy again. You think you're gonna have a boy, you try again, then you probably have a girl again.
Yeah,
but you just keep trying.
Yep.
You're like a whole soccer team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
I don't want a soccer team. I don't want a minivan. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Okay, cool. So you got a kid. Yeah, that's why I want kids. That's why I want kids.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's another episode.
Wow. This is dope.
Yeah, people who don't want kids. I mean, it's different if there's a reason, maybe medical or.
Yeah.
But if you just don't want to, anyway.
So, word of wisdom, word of advice, some real quick. Just man, fellas, ask your girl why does she want to have kids. That's a good question to ask. Because the honest truth of the matter is part of the reason too, I never rushed to have kids is because having kids is that's a whole human being you are responsible for. Mm-hmm. That's a whole, me talking about my last name, that's a whole human being that you are creating that is holding and representing your last name. Yeah. Anything they do, anywhere they go, that last name follows them. It's there.
Yeah.
You got to put your last name down somewhere, right? So, ask them and make sure that they understand why do they want to have kids. And for me, my reason for why I want to have kids is I want somebody to have my last name.
Yeah.
You find out why you and your girl want to have kids, but for me, that's why I want to have kids.
And I think it's you specifically, but this is an African thing.
Yeah.
You have to carry.
Yeah, it is. It's an African thing, but the honest truth is it's the truth.
No, I was just saying. I mean, obviously, my perspective is African. So when I say stuff like that, it's just in reference to what I know.
Yeah,
it's a big deal, especially to have a son.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
A huge deal.
Yeah. You can hear how he's emphasizing this. Oh, it's a huge deal.
It's a huge
deal. Yeah. I get it. I get it. All right. I think we should wrap this up because we've been talking for an hour and 26 minutes.
Man, if y'all listen to all of this, man, shout out to you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. I mean, if you listen this far of our first episode on Prevail, dude, we appreciate you. I was supposed to keep it at 5 ending questions, but it's 10. But let's see how it goes. So just try to answer as quick as possible. Yeah. But let it be from a deep place.
I feel you.
Okay. All right. First question. Where is your happy place?
Church, when we're playing, man, when we're gigging, that is my happy place. I love it, and I love the creativity that we're able to do as a team. So that's my happy place.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't it yours?
I love music, and I love playing music. I mean, I'm not married yet, so I don't know. I'm always thinking like perhaps my happy place.
Yeah. That's a moment of excitement.
True.
That's not happiness.
True.
That's
Okay.
moments of excitement.
That makes sense. Okay. What makes you most loved? What is it somebody would do for you, and then you'd be like, damn.
So there's nothing you can give me, but if you're like, man, I appreciate you doing this. Thank you for doing this. Like, words hit for me. Like, I remember at my job, when I got my job, like, I always used to complain how cold it was. So they got me a space heater, bro.
Oh, really?
But when I tell you, when they gave me the space heater, was I excited? Absolutely. But the thing I was, like, looking the most at was, like, the words that they put into the card.
Wow.
Because that means so much more to me, because that tells you what you think of me and how you value me more than the space heater does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, they thought about you.
Exactly.
They thought about you enough to be like, okay, he said he's cold. Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
That's real. I like that. What's something you haven't done in a while that you miss?
Man, that's a good question. What is something I've done in a while? I haven't been to like a lot of like, I love sports, but I have not been to like a lot of games in person in my life. And so like that joy and excitement of like just being like in the stadium around people and like just like when something good happens, like random people you don't even know, like y'all just celebrating together, that's a dope feeling.
And you haven't done that in a while?
I haven't been to a game.
Get to it, man.
I know. Hopefully the Cowboys can do something for me.
Hello. I mean, they look pretty good.
I know. Game today, man. I'm ready.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who to play?
Lions.
How good is the Lions? Are the Lions?
They're very good.
Are they?
Very good.
I mean, man,
but and the game is here.
Though.
The game's here too.
I don't know why you guys are so flip floppy. Like one game, you guys just look amazing, and then the next game, you just look
poo poo.
Anyways, come on, y'all. Okay, that's something you haven't done in a while, and you're gonna maybe make a conscious effort to.
Dang, absolutely.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
So me and my family, we travel a lot. So there's a lot of places we've been to. Somewhere I want to go to is I want to go to Australia, man.
Yeah,
I do. I want to go to Australia or I want to go to Singapore. Those two places, definitely.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Man.
And why?
Oh, man. I feel like for me, like I like am needed in so many places. So the ability to duplicate myself, that would be dope. And like to retain what I like the information. So like I could be practicing right now and retaining the information for practicing. Bro, like that would be dope.
Yeah, to split yourself and to also retain whatever it is.
Yeah,
to be fully there. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's cloning.
Yeah.
Clone you. Somebody would clone you.
I know. Another meme in this world.
Another you.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, man.
Wouldn't that be will one of them have a higher consciousness compared to the other?
Probably, yeah. But if they're both me, they're all me. They're just learning something new that I'm intaking.
Okay. I'm just perhaps making it complicated.
Yeah. But no, think about it. If one of me clones and becomes a physicist and start learning things about the world.
That's still you.
Yeah, that's still me. I'm still learning that stuff. So I'm getting smart as they're helping me get smarter.
Right. That's
better.
That's interesting. Okay, best advice you've ever received.
Man, I feel like I get a lot of good advices. So there was a consistency. The best advice I've ever gotten is consistency.
Be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent. So like there was a time where I struggled to like read the Bible every day. Like it was a struggle, bro. Yeah. Like I used to never be able to get through reading the like from Genesis to Revelations. I struggled. But I was listening to this pastor and this pastor was just like, you know what? You want to know how you can do it? Just do it every day. Because guess what? It's just like brushing your teeth.
Yeah, it becomes a habit.
It becomes a habit. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like practicing. You practice every day. It becomes a habit. You're doing it. Consistency.
It's just habit.
Yeah.
It's like eating.
And when you look at the most successful people in this world, they're consistent.
True. That is true. I was even reading on stuff about YouTube, and one of the ways to be successful on YouTube is not by having the best looking anything. It's about being consistent.
If you're constantly pushing out content, you're making yourself available to be
somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah, for sure. So keep pushing Caleb to push out more of our band videos, man. And once he does, check them out.
We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna do it. I hope you guys are ready for us. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, just a couple more to go. Worst advice you ever got?
Marry young.
You think that was the worst advice?
Marry young.
Interesting.
Marry young. Enjoy your life. Don't rush. There's a lot of people who've made mistakes because they rushed into marriage.
Yeah.
And so I know this is worst advice, but the best advice I can give you is the most important decision any man will make is who they decide to be their baby mama. Because whether you like it or not,
I'll put that down.
You stuck with that woman
What
forever.
is it? What's the best?
The best advice, right? This is Rogba Wisdom 101. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah, keep it. The best advice I can give you is the most important decision any man will make is who you make your baby mama. Because whether you like it or not,
she's there.
She's there.
She's
there. Can't go nowhere.
And if she's crazy.
And if she's crazy.
You got a crazy woman in your life.
Yep. Forever.
Something you're trying to learn right now.
Man, scales, man.
Yeah.
Scales.
Uncle Tunde.
Scales.
In your ear.
Yeah.
You have to learn this.
Yeah. Scales. And the crazy thing is, I'm not crazy about scales, but I am crazy about melodies, and melodies can come, and out of that creativity can come. So this year, man, I'm coming for you. I'm coming, not just major scales.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Let's go. How do you feel about Uncle and I just bothering you all the time about different things?
I'm okay with it. Y'all push. I always look at it. Y'all are pushing me to get better, and I need to get better. And that's how I look at everything. I got to get better. And also too, you never want to get out of. Yes, do I want to improve those things? Absolutely, but you never want to take out of anybody's individuality.
Yeah.
So even when we're in the talk back, you'll notice that I try my best to not talk so much.
Okay.
I just try my best to communicate
signal
of what's coming up.
Yeah.
And if something creative comes into my mind, what is in my mind at that time to make sure you understand it. But I really try my best to avoid talking too much.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Yeah, I don't like MDs that talk too much. Yeah. They'll be on there making jokes all the time. I'm trying to listen to the song.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me worship.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
That's true. Okay, I think this is my last question. No, that's not my last question. It's second to last question. Okay. If you had the chance to create one law that everyone must follow in the world, what would it be?
Free healthcare. I feel like employees should, healthcare should be funded by the company you work for.
And it should be free.
Absolutely.
That creates a dilemma for people who don't have a job.
Yeah, it creates a dilemma for them, but it also encourages you to get a job because once you get a job,
you got free healthcare. Good one.
There's a lot of communities, there's a lot of countries that are being successful with universal healthcare. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, we have the money, I think.
We definitely have the money. Think about it.
All the money
Think about
we
it.
Send to Ukraine.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you go broke." You'll adapt.
I don't think we'll go broke though. You see how much money they sent to Ukraine just when the war started? That's money they had.
They can always print more.
Well, I don't like that too much because inflation.
Yeah.
But I think we have the money though. The taxes they take out, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at my check, I'm just like, give my money back, bro.
Yeah.
Put your hands up.
If I started a business, y'all hope I start a business, because if I start a business, all of my employees will not pay for healthcare.
That'd be dope. Let me know. I'll work for you. I'll record the videos for you.
Yeah,
I'll record your business podcast.
You said at 1:38.
At 1:37 into the podcast, you said that I won't have to pay for it. Huh?
All right.
So, sir?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Delete that out the podcast.
No.
Video evidence.
Not only am I leaving that in, when I create like a 1-minute clip to post on Reels, this is going to be part of it. They would hear it. They would hear it.
Oh, man. Caleb crazy.
Yeah, man. So this is the last question. I think, to me, this is one of the most important questions of all times.
All right.
It's absolutely... Let me just ask it. Let me not hype it up. Let me ask it.
Gotcha.
When you're no longer here, how do you want to be remembered?
Shoot, my faith, man.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. My faith. My faith has played a huge part in my life. My faith is what has got me through like difficult challenges, through difficult situations. But I think there's nothing more valuable than when people are like, man, this man really loved Jesus. And while he was on the earth, he was living a lifestyle that's something that I can emulate. And at the end of the day, I made Jesus happy because that's ultimately what our goal is.
Interesting. Right? So you want to be remembered as a man of God.
Yep.
That's dope.
And it's one of the skills one of the things I want to make sure I pass along to my kids. Like if there's one skill like I want them to make sure that they have, I mean not really a skill, but like something I want them to have and instill in them is that like, hey, when you're going through hard times, when you're when you're trusting for something and you want something to happen, there is somebody that you can call on and who loves you and doesn't want to see you in that difficult situation, doesn't want to see you unhappy. Yeah. And so that's for me what it is.
That's dope. You see yourself being a pastor one day?
Man, people always ask me that. and people call me PF. I don't know where that started. I really don't get it. But no. If that's where God leads me to be, and that what God leads me to do, I will do it. Yeah. I will do it. But nobody else will call me to do that. No pastor will call me and say be a pastor. It'll be only God that calls me to be a pastor. If that's the route He wants me to go.
Rogba, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Having you on the podcast for the first time. Hopefully, though, we have so much more to talk about. I think we kind of it started so good that I didn't even go through half the questions I had for you.
Bro, we can talk about anything, man.
So hopefully we can go deep in like more stuff. Bro, I had so many questions for you. We didn't even go through them.
Wow, that's insane.
So thanks for being part of mine, another new beginning, as you were with the photography. That means a lot to me.
For sure, I'm excited, man. Thank you.
I'm really pumped about this. Hopefully we can do it some more.
Yes, check this out. Check it out. Stream
Thank you guys also for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next video. In all things, dream about it, create it, and overall prevail.
Peace.
Peace.